teacher. Right. The last week we started trigonometry and now we are at the definitions of trigonometry. Is it right? See, completely in the last week we learned different things which are acts like pre-requirements for the trigonometry. Okay? And by using all the pre-requirements, what are all those things? The first thing is the basic introduction, and then the definition of angle along with the systems of angles, and then similar triangles, coordinate system, and in the last class we learnt about the way of expressing a terminal ray related to the given angle in the coordinate system. Is it clear? I think everything is clear for all of you, right? So, see, after that, after representing a terminal ray for the given angle in the coordinate system, from there we have a chance, we need to define, right? We have to define the trigonometric ratios. Okay, so once again I am giving you complete idea related to the definitions of trigonometric ratios. Have a look at this. Initially you need an angle. To define trigonometric ratios, we need initially an angle, right? For suppose if that angle is theta, and then if that angle is theta, then you need to represent its terminal ray in the coordinate system. For any angle, for every angle, we have a terminal ray corresponding to it in the coordinate system by treating the positive x-axis as initial ray, right? So you need to locate the terminal ray, and afterwards you need to locate a point P on the terminal ray, right? Repeatedly I am telling you that there are infinite number of points on the terminal ray. In the last class also we discussed about it, right? On this terminal ray there are infinite number of points. You are allowed to take any point on the terminal ray. No problem, just take any point on that, right? So any point P on the terminal ray. And now you just locate x coordinate, y coordinate and the value of r. Here r is defining like OP, means the distance from this origin to the point P is mentioned as r. So at the end for this point P, you need to locate x coordinate, y coordinate and the value of r. That means these three parameters you need to note down. See, have a look at this. This x is the distance in this positive direction of x-axis, y is the distance in this positive direction of y-axis. Depending upon the location of terminal ray as well as the location of the point, this x and y values sometimes may be positive and sometimes negative, right? Okay, just keep it afterwards we have to discuss. And now after having this x, y and r, you need to define sin theta is equals to y coordinate by r, cos theta is equals to x coordinate by r, tan theta is equals to y coordinate by x coordinate, and this is cosecant theta and this is secant theta, whereas this is cot theta. Have a look at this. Once again I will give you a brief explanation about the definitions of trigonometric ratios. To define any trigonometric ratio like sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosecant theta, secant theta and cot theta, all these trigonometric ratios are the ratios between this x, y and r. Using this x, y and r, maximum we have only 6 ratios. On these are the 6 ratios, right? And these 6 ratios are named like this. And after having those 6 ratios, and that means how to locate that x, y and r. To locate that x, y and r, you need a point P on the terminal ray. And where is the terminal ray? It corresponds to a given angle. Okay, so I will give you one example. With that example everything will be clear for you, right? So to do with the example you need to follow that procedure: angle, terminal ray, point, these values, and these are the definitions of the trigonometric ratios. See, and then usually we read the trigonometric ratios as sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, and actually the exact names for all those things is sin theta maybe in the sense sin theta is sine of angle theta, right? And cos theta is cosine of angle theta. These are the exact names, and in short we call them as sin theta, tan theta, like that. Tan theta is tangent of angle theta, okay, whereas cosecant theta is cosecant of angle theta, right? And this sec theta is nothing but secant of angle theta, and cot theta is cotangent of angle theta. Okay, just have a look at this. These are the actual names, and in short we call them as sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosecant theta, secant theta and cot theta. Why we have only 6 trigonometric ratios? Because with this x, y and r only 6 ratios are possible. That's why we have only 6 trigonometric ratios. And these ratios are the basic definitions. So you need to consider all these things in only this manner, okay? So you need to accept that sin theta is equals to y coordinate by r and cos theta is equals to x coordinate by r. With these basic definitions, we are going to learn the complete trigonometry, right? Have a look at this and I will give you one example related to this right now. Yeah, you just keep in mind everything. I will give you an example, right? This is your 14th point related to the definitions of trigonometry, okay? And for suppose, now I am going to find trigonometric values for some angles. Yeah, the 15th point is an example to find the trigonometric values. For suppose, take any angle. Yeah, for suppose I am taking that angle theta is equals to something, you may say angle theta is equals to some 30 degrees I will use. I am going to find trigonometric ratios for an angle of 30 degrees. Yeah, how to proceed? To find the trigonometric ratios for an angle of 30 degrees, this is the first step. Identifying the angle from the given problem. And the next step is what? Next step is you need to draw its terminal ray in the coordinate system. That part, just look here. So this is the coordinate system. If you say to find the trigonometric ratios for an angle of 30 degrees, you need to draw a terminal ray corresponding to 30. So if this is the terminal ray, initial ray, you need to rotate it by an angle of 30 degrees to locate the terminal ray. So an angle of 30 degrees you need to rotate, and most probably, and this is your terminal ray, and this angle is 30 degrees. This ray is corresponds to 30 degrees terminal ray. And after the terminal ray, you need to take a point P on the terminal ray. This is the terminal ray, right? And on this terminal ray, you are allowed to take point P anywhere. So for suppose if this is my point P, say it as point P, and this is origin, we know that. And now after identifying point P, we need to locate what is its x coordinate, what is its y coordinate and r. So to locate this x coordinate and y coordinate and r, we go with different logics, we go with different ideas which we learn from different areas of mathematics, right? And now this is the point. Its x coordinate and y coordinate are calculated by this horizontal length along with this vertical length. We know it from what? Coordinate system, right? Yeah. And what I am going to do is, see, this is the 30 degrees. We need this vertical length, this horizontal length as well as this OP also. Now if you just separate this triangle, actually my concentration is not on the triangle. My concentration is in locating x coordinate, y coordinate and r value of P. Once again I am repeating you, my concentration is not about this triangle. My concentration is about identifying, calculating the x coordinate, y coordinate and r value of that particular point P. But to identify this x coordinate, y coordinate and r value, here in this case, this triangle helps us. In some cases, there is no triangle. So we need to get help of some other idea. Is it clear? Triangle is just works like a catalyst for my process, right? See, this is not an exact, exact in the sense, my ultimate concentration is not on this triangle. My work is to identify this x, y and r. In identifying these three, I will choose the triangle to identify. So as a part of this, see, you may say this is O, this is P and this is some other point like you may say A or something. And this angle is given as 30 degrees. Have a look at this triangle. This is 30, this is 90. Then what you say about this angle? For sure it is 60 degrees, right? And now look at this 30, 60, 90. And in our previous points, maybe in some point, okay, we noted some trigonometric sides ratio along with the angles ratio. Is it right? In one point previously, after discussing the similar triangles concept, I discussed one more thing on the board which relates to the sides ratio versus the angles ratio of a triangle. Okay, you need to follow the previous videos along with your screenshots, right? See what it is? It's about the sides ratio along with the angles ratio. And if you look here, the angles are 30, 60, 90. So in any triangle, if the angles are 30, 60, 90, from there you need to identify the ratio between their sides. If the angles are 30, 60, 90, the ratio between their sides are 1 is to root 3 is to 2. Have a look at this. Yeah, you need to memorize it. If the angles are 30, 60, 90, the sides ratio is 1 is to root 3 is to 2. That's what you need to memorize. Okay. If you don't know, I gave the proof in the previous classes. Otherwise, just leave it. Just keep in your mind. Know it. Okay. Yeah. If angles are 30, 60, 90, sides ratio is 1 is to root 3 is to 2. Now, for this particular triangle, angles are 30, 60, 90. Then what you say about the sides? Since the sides are 1 is to root 3 is to 2, the ratio is 1 is to root 3 is to 2. So what you say? You need to say them as some k, root 3k, 2k, because they are the ratios, right? K, root 3k and 2k. So 30 opposite is k. This is 30, its opposite length is k. This is 60, its opposite length is root 3k. And whereas it is 90, its opposite length is 2k. And now, see, from this ratio, we have these sides, and from this triangle, we have this length as root 3k, and this length as k, and this length as 2k. And now if you came here, then from the diagram, the x coordinate is given by, you don't call it as x, you have to call it as x coordinate. The x coordinate is the horizontal length, and that is equals to root 3k. Whereas the y coordinate is equals to k. X coordinate is root 3k, y coordinate is k, and the value of r is 2k. And at the end I have that x coordinate, y coordinate and r. After having this x coordinate, y coordinate and r, now my sin theta is equals to y coordinate by r value. And what is my y coordinate? K. And what is the r? 2k. 2 and k get cancelled. You left with 1 by 2. And sin theta, in the sense, where is theta here? 30 degrees at the right. So sin 30 degrees is equals to 1 by 2. Have a look once again. Sin 30 degrees 1 by 2. If anybody asks you to identify cos 30 degrees, what is the definition of cos theta? The definition of cos theta is the x coordinate by r. It's very clear that x coordinate is root 3k, r value is 2k, and if you calculate the ratio between these two, k will get cancelled. You left with root 3 by 2. I may write here like this, okay? So at the end after this, what is cos theta? Cos theta can be calculated by x coordinate by r. And what is our x coordinate? Root 3k. What is our r? 2k. K and k get cancelled. You left with what? Root 3 by 2. Likewise, with the definitions of the trigonometric ratios, it is easy for us to calculate the values of all trigonometric ratios like sin theta, cos theta, and what is tan theta? Y coordinate by x coordinate. K by root 3k, and k will get cancelled, and tan 30 degrees is 1 by root 3. So this is the initial way to calculate the trigonometric values. Once again I am repeating you, every time if you need a trigonometric value, you don't go with this procedure. Initially you need to learn the way how to calculate the trigonometric values. After knowing the procedure, you need to make a table, and then you need to memorize by heart all these values to solve different problems. Right? As a theory, initially we need to know everything, and this is the way to find the trigonometric values. Once again I am repeating you, to find the trigonometric values for any angle like 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 100 degrees, 120 degrees, like these angles, what is your first part? Your first part is identifying the angle, and the second part is locating terminal ray. Third part is taking a point P, and fourth part is calculating x coordinate, y coordinate and r. These are the four parts. And after calculating these, the fifth part is calculating sin theta and cos theta with the definition. But see, to locate this x coordinate and y coordinate in the fourth part, to locate this you need to use your logical ideas, and here one such an idea is identifying the triangle along with this ratio. Have a look, go with the screenshot. Now, to calculate trigonometric values for an angle of 135 degrees every time, the procedure is same. The first step is theta, next step is terminal ray, next step is point, next step is x, y and r, and then you need to write for the sin theta and cos theta and everything. So since theta is 135 degrees, first of all just try to locate the terminal ray. See, to locate the terminal ray, this is 0 and you need to treat this as the initial ray, right? And if this is the initial ray, for an angle of 135 degrees, you need to rotate it like this. See, if you rotate like this up to this positive y-axis, the angle is 90. It is very familiar with everybody. And after this 90, you need to move more 45 degrees because this is 135, no? Since it is 135, you need to rotate more 45 degrees, and this is the terminal ray corresponds to an angle of 135 degrees. You just keep in mind, okay? No need to indicate this angle as 135. If you indicate or otherwise, no problem here. You need to identify that this is the terminal ray for 135 degrees. That identification is our task, okay? Alright. So, angle is completed, terminal ray is completed. Take a point P on the terminal ray. Take a point P, man, where suppose if this is our P, yeah, is it clear? And this is my P. So, identification of P is also gets completed. And after identifying P, you need to look at X, Y, R. That means X coordinate of P, Y coordinate of P, and R value. So, for that again, to calculate X coordinate and Y coordinate, I am going to construct a triangle here. Actually, no need to use triangle. Yeah, see, that in the sense, actually my concentration is not on the triangle. My concentration is about identifying X value, Y value, and R value. But in identifying that X, Y, and R, I am using the logic of the triangle. So, first of all, you just draw a perpendicular from P to this here. Or otherwise, like this also, you may draw a perpendicular. And if this is the perpendicular, this is 135 degrees, then what you say about this angle? Again 45 degrees. Is it clear? Totally it is straight angle 180, no? And now, from the diagram, if you separate the triangle, it looks like this. And this is the triangle. And this is the triangle, here it is 90, here it is 45, this is O, this is P. Whenever it is 45, then automatically this is also 45 because the total sum should be 180, right? And now, 45, 45, 90. Again, for 45, 45 and 90, we know about the sides ratio. See, the sides ratio may be what? 1:1 root 2. If this is K, 45, 45 and no. So, opposite angle should equal K and K. If these are K and K, then by Pythagorean result, you get this hypotenuse as root K. So, if the angles are 45, 45 and 90, then the sides ratio is K, K and root 2K. Without knowing this sides ratio, you can't move with this, okay? And after identifying this K and K root 2K, then the next diagram will be how it will be. Then the diagram will be like this. Yeah. So this is the terminal ray. And somewhere we have the point P. And you draw perpendicular like this. And now, see, the lengths opposite to 45 degrees are K and K. So this is K and this is K and this is root 2K. Then what you say about the point P? The point P is minus K comma K. Why we indicate that X coordinate as minus? Because the movement is in the left hand side, right? The length is K. This length is K, but the point is minus K. This length is K and the point is plus K only because it is in the positive direction of Y axis. And the value of R is nothing but root 2K. Yeah, X coordinate I have, Y coordinate I have, and R value I have. And now, sine of theta. What is theta here? 135 degrees. Sine 135 degrees is equals to Y coordinate divided by R value. Yeah, Y coordinate is what? K. R value is what? Root 2K. If you cancel out that K, your sine 135 degrees is 1 by root 2. At the end, sine 135 degrees is 1 by root 2. And afterwards, yeah, what you say about cos 135 degrees? Cos 135 degrees is X coordinate by R, no? X coordinate value is again what? Minus K. And the value of R is what? Root 2K. If you remove that K, your cos 135 degrees is minus 1 by root 2. In the same fashion, if you calculate tan 135 degrees, it is Y by X. Y is K, X is minus K, and your answer is, yeah, what you say? K by minus K is equals to minus 1. So, we have some other definitions. Cosecant 135 degrees is what? R by Y coordinate. You need to reciprocate. Secant 135 degrees is what? R by X coordinate. You need to reciprocate. And tan 135 degrees is what? Reciprocal of this. Again, it is minus 1 only. So, like this, if the angle is comfortable for us, then we can frame a triangle, and with the triangle, you need to identify the sides ratio from the given angles, and then we found the trigonometric values. And now look here, first suppose if my angle is not 135 degrees, if my angle is 140 degrees, what to do? That's a big question here, right? See, if the angle is comfortable for us to identify a triangle and to calculate these lengths, then it is easy for all of us to calculate the trigonometric ratios with pen and white paper. And for suppose if the angle is not in particular like this 30, 45, if these angles won't form, if it is somewhat a different one like 140 degrees, then at that time we instead of white paper you need to use graph paper. And in constructing terminal ray, don't go with rough manner, you need to use protractor. Yeah, what I am going to tell you is, for the known angles, for the known sides ratio and angles ratio, then you go with general white paper along with your normal pen. But if the angle is somewhat different, if the angle is not known one, then you need to use a graphical sheet along with a protractor and to calculate this length and this length. See, this length is k, its x coordinate is minus k. That means you need this length, right? Here we know the length as k. But if you don't know about that angle and the length, you need to use the scale again. So if the angle is different one, then also you need to move with the same procedure. But in moving with the same procedure, you need a graphical sheet, a protractor and a scale. Okay? But in our syllabus, not only in our syllabus, in our books, we just follow with the angles which are very comfortable and known for all of us, right? And this is the way to calculate the trigonometric ratios for an angle of 135 degrees. Have a look, and I will give you one more example right now. This is your 16th point, right? From 15 onwards, we are giving few examples, okay? Have a look, go with the screenshot. Yeah. Now, to find the values of trigonometric ratios for theta is equals to minus 2020 degrees, right? Our task is same. What it is? Angle, terminal ray, point, x, y and r values. Repeatedly I am telling you that this is the initially we do with all the processes, okay? And afterwards we just memorize the values and we have some other shortcuts also, right? But as a procedure, you need to learn everything, and that's why I am giving you few examples. And this is the third example, and afterwards I will move for the next idea. So this is theta is equals to minus 2020 degrees. See, you need to look at the terminal ray corresponds to this angle. So how many, since the angle is negative, you need to rotate, you need to move in clockwise direction, right? And this is minus 2020 degrees. You need to write it like this, minus of 1800 degrees plus 220 degrees. Yeah, that means this 1800 degrees indicates what? 5 complete revolutions, and more you have 220 degrees. That's why in clockwise direction you need to move 5 rotations, and afterwards you need to move more 220 degrees. Yeah, everything I won't indicate here, but you need to move how many times? You need to move for 5 rotations. Okay, this is the origin and this is the positive direction of x-axis, acts like initial ray. Yeah, then rotate it. Yeah, see, this is the initial ray. If one rotation completes 360, if another rotation completes 720, one more 1080, one more 1440, one more 1800 degrees. So after 1800 degrees, again you are at this place only. Okay, and now you need to move more 220 degrees. 220 degrees means how much? 220 degrees means, yeah, this is 180. No, this is 220, na? Okay, but we don't know right exact angle. This is 180 degrees, and somewhere you have this is in this direction we are moving. In this direction we are moving up to this. This is 180 degrees, and more how much angle you need to move? You need to move more 40 degrees, right? And now this is the terminal ray corresponds to an angle of 2020 degrees. And since this is the terminal ray corresponds to an angle of 2020 degrees, you need to look. You need to find out x and y r values. Further, take a point P on this. And after having point P, that angle is 45 degrees. No, to locate x coordinate and y coordinate, this is and this is the triangle. What I am showing you here. This angle is 40 degrees. If this is your point P, you need to draw a perpendicular. And this is 40, this is 90, this is 50. And the angle sides ratio is 40, 50, 90. See, angles is 40, 50, 90, but we don't know about the sides here. We don't know the sides ratio with these angles. And now, using scale, you need to measure this. Using scale, you need to measure this length and this length as well as this length also. And this 50 opposite length acts like x coordinate. Yeah. And this 40 opposite length acts like y coordinate. And this distance from P to O is nothing but R. Okay. So, to measure these lengths with scale, you need to draw an exact terminal ray for the given angle on the graph sheet. That's what I am saying you. Okay. See, then what are the known angles, what are the unknown angles? That means what are the frequently used angles and what are the rarely used angles. That's what I am telling you. See, the frequently used angles are just 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees, and along with this you may get some more. Okay. So that means if the given angle, after identifying the terminal ray for the given angle, if you have a triangle related to these angles, then our work is easy to identify the trigonometric ratios, or otherwise you need to go with the practical way. Those practical ways are not meant for our examinations, right? So you don't need a graphical paper, a protractor, everything. They are not meant for your examinations. But as a theory, this is the way to calculate the trigonometric ratios. Is it clear? Yeah. Then leave it. I will give you one more example. I am erasing everything. I will give you one more example, okay? Look at this. I will give you one or two examples and afterwards I will allow you to resolve your doubts. And then 18th point, okay? If my angle is some minus 330 degrees, what you say? What is my angle? My angle is minus 330 degrees. Okay, or otherwise you may say 300, no problem, minus 330 degrees, minus 300 degrees, everything. You have a chance to construct the terminal ray. See, since the angle is negative, you need to move in the clockwise direction. Look at here, this is the initial ray and this is the this is the initial ray, okay, and this is the origin. You need to move in the clockwise direction. How much angle you need to move? You need to move an angle of 300. See, up to here 90, up to here 180, up to here 270 and more 30 degrees, and this is the terminal ray for an angle corresponds to minus 300 degrees. Now take a point P on this terminal ray, and after having the point you need to identify its x coordinate, y coordinate and r value. So r value is just from O to P, okay, but to identify those you need to make a triangle, and the triangle is like this. Since this total angle is 300 degrees, up to this the angle is 90 degrees, up to this point the angle is 180, up to this point the angle is 270, and up to this it is 300. That in the sense, in this exactly this angle is 30 and this angle is 60. Since this is 60, what you say about this angle? 30. And now if you look here, our triangle is like this. This is 30, this is 60 and this is 90. And if the angles are 30, 60, 90 in a triangle, then what you say about the sides ratio? Side opposite to 30 is k, side opposite to 60 is root 3k, and side opposite to 90 is 2k. And after having the sides, see now what you say about the coordinates of P. Since the triangle and the point P is in the first coordinate, x is positive and y is positive. So what is the x? Horizontal length, which is k. What is y? Vertical length, which is root 3k. And what is r? It is 2k. And after having all these things, you need to identify the value. Sine of the given angle, sine of minus 300 degrees is y coordinate is root 3k divided by r value 2k, and your answer is minus root 3 by 2. Likewise, you can calculate cos of minus 300 degrees and everything. Just have a look at this. Now in calculating trigonometric ratios for the angle 0 degrees. See, 0 degrees means, once look at the coordinate system. This is the coordinate system. We need to treat this positive x-axis as the initial ray. So since angle is 0 degrees, usually as per the given angle we will rotate this positive x-axis. But since the angle is 0 degrees, here no need to move this positive x-axis. Since no need to move this positive x-axis, this positive x-axis is our required terminal ray, right? So first step is over. From the given angle, identifying terminal ray is over. And the next step, take a point P on this. So if you say this is the point, right? Second step is over. Okay. And now, see, you need to locate the x coordinate, y coordinate and r value. Since this is the point, and since the point is on x-axis, its values may be, you may say some some a comma 0. Why? Because on the x-axis its y value is 0. So if you let the coordinates of this point P as a comma 0, then automatically what will happen? Then the distance between OP will become a. Whenever this is a comma 0, this origin is 0 comma 0, the distance between O and P is nothing but x coordinate only. This everything is clear from the logics of coordinate system, right? So again I am repeating for you, the given angle is 0 degrees. Since given angle is 0 degrees, our terminal ray is positive x-axis. Since our terminal ray is positive x-axis, take a point P on the terminal ray and its point coordinates are a comma 0. Then the distance between these two is a, very clear from the coordinate system. And now my task is to write the trigonometric ratios. And for suppose if anybody asks you to write sine 0 degrees, you need to say what? Y coordinate by r. Here y coordinate value is what? 0. And r is the distance OP, which is a. 0 by anything is 0. So sine 0 degrees is 0. And if anybody asks you to write cos 0 degrees, here what you say? Cos 0 degrees means x coordinate by OP value or the r value. X coordinate is a and OP value is also a, and a by a is 1 and cos 0 degrees is 1. In the same fashion you can calculate tan 0 degrees. Tan 0 degrees is again what? Y coordinate divided by x coordinate. If you calculate in such a manner, again your answer is 0 degrees. And likewise if you calculate cosecant 0 degrees, yeah, cosecant 0 degrees is what? OP value divided by y coordinate. And OP value is a, y coordinate is 0, a by 0, you may write it like infinity. In similar pattern you can write the values for secant 0, cot 0 and everything. So for 0 degrees if you try to calculate the trigonometric ratios, its x coordinate is a, y coordinate is 0 and the r value is again 0. Okay, this is for 0 degrees. And now if you wish to calculate, yeah, for theta is equals to 90 degrees. If theta is equals to 90 degrees, how will be the coordinate? So this is the coordinate system and this is the initial ray. For an angle of 90 degrees you need to stop here, and this positive y-axis is now our required terminal ray, and this is the required terminal ray. Since this is the required terminal ray, what we need to do? Again the next step is identifying a point P on this terminal ray. For suppose if this is a point P on the terminal ray, then for that point P the coordinates are some 0 comma a. Its x coordinate is 0 and the y coordinate value is a. And since it is 0 comma a, this is origin, we know that, and OP is again a. This distance is again a. If this distance is a, then only we say the point P as 0 comma a. And now here for 90 degrees x coordinate is 0, y coordinate is a, and OP value is a. Then what to say about sine 90 degrees? And now sine 90 degrees is equals to y coordinate divided by OP value. Y coordinate is a, OP value is a by a is 1, and similarly cos 90 degrees you may say it as x coordinate by OP value. X coordinate is what? 0, y coordinate OP is a, and this is 0. And then what to say about tan 90 degrees? Tan 90 degrees is again what? Y coordinate by x coordinate. Y coordinate is a, x coordinate is 0, and it is infinity. And this is the way of calculating trigonometric ratios for an angle of 0 degrees and 90 degrees. Similarly, you can calculate for 180 degrees, 270 degrees, and for 360 degrees, everything. And we are very familiar that, see, this 0 degrees is equals to 360 degrees again, because the terminal rays are same, no? Since the terminal rays are same, you just change these angles, but the answers are still same. Okay? Right. Just have a look at this, and I will give you the values for the trigonometric ratios if the angle is 180 degrees and 270 degrees, everything. Okay? Can I erase this to mention all those things? Just have a look. The C bit. Yeah, directly I will give you C. If theta is equals to 180 degrees, we know that for 180 degrees, yeah, if this is the positive x-axis, this total thing is 180. That means what is your terminal ray? Terminal ray is negative x. Terminal ray is negative x-axis. Since terminal ray is negative x-axis, your point P is minus a comma 0, and your OP value is again a. Since P is a point in the negative direction, its x coordinate is negative. So P is minus a comma 0 and OP is a. Now sine of the angle 180 degrees is y coordinate 0 by a, and that is 0. And what you say about cos of 180 degrees? Cos of 180 degrees is minus a by a, and that is equals to minus 1. Likewise, we can calculate the remaining. Just have a look at this. And now you just try to calculate trigonometric values for an angle of 270 degrees in your way. By concluding all the angles, that means 0 degrees, 180 degrees, 270 and everything, I am giving you. Okay, this is the coordinate system. Look at this. This is the terminal ray for an angle of 0 degrees, and for an angle of 360 degrees, and for an angle of 720 degrees, and so on. See, you need to add more 360s. Or you may subtract. If you rotate in clockwise direction, this is similarly an angle for minus 360 degrees, minus 720 degrees, minus 1080 degrees, and everything. This is the related terminal ray. Right? And after that, if this is the terminal ray on this line, if you take any point, okay, if you take any point on this line, their y coordinate is equals to 0 and r is equals to x coordinate. As I mentioned to you in the previous case, r value is, if this is the point, and this distance is just nothing but the x coordinate of this point. Since y coordinate is 0 and r is equals to x coordinate, from there you can conclude that, what you will conclude, its sine theta is equals to 0 and cos theta is equals to 1. For this ray, always sine theta is 0 and cos theta is equals to 1. For this positive x-axis, if your angle, your terminal ray is corresponding to the positive x-axis, every time you will get that sine theta is 0 and cos theta 1. And you just look at this positive y-axis, and this is the terminal ray for the angles 90 degrees. Okay, and if you move one more rotation, 360 plus 90, 540 degrees. And if you move one more rotation, 720 plus 90 degrees, 810 degrees. Or if you move in the negative direction, this is similarly for an angle of 270 degrees, like that. So the ray is same. This is the same terminal ray for all these angles. And for all these angles, if this is the terminal ray, and if you look at this, for this positive y-axis, if you look, the x coordinate value is 0, and whereas y coordinate value is equals to r, as we discussed. And since these two are like this, then from there we can calculate its sine theta is equals to 1 and cos theta is equals to 0. For an angle whose terminal ray is the positive y-axis, then every time no need to look at, directly we need to memorize that sine theta is equals to 1 and cos theta is equals to 0. And whereas coming for this negative x-axis and for this ray, excuse me, and for this ray, if you think, yeah, from here onwards we need to move an angle of 180, no? So this is the terminal ray corresponding to the angles 180 degrees. Or after one complete rotation, if you stops here, 360 plus 180, which is nothing but 540 degrees. Or if you move in the negative direction, this is same as for minus 180 degrees also. And this is the line, this is the ray which acts like a terminal ray for many angles depending upon the number of rotations. Okay, and now for all these angles, what will happen? For all these angles, if you think again, its y coordinate value is equals to 0, whereas r value is equals to, or otherwise x coordinate is equals to minus r value. Y coordinate is 0, x coordinate is minus r. From there, if you wish to calculate, sine theta is equals to what? Sine theta is equals to y coordinate by r value. Since y coordinate is 0, this value is 0. And cos theta will become what? Cos theta is equals to x coordinate by r. And as I mentioned you, x coordinate is minus r, it is minus 1. So you need to memorize that for the angle whose terminal ray is the negative x-axis, for all those things sine theta is 0, cos theta is minus 1. And again for this negative y-axis, if you think about the angles, if you move in the negative direction, it corresponds to 90 degrees. If you move in the positive direction, it corresponds to 270 degrees. If you rotate, if you take some more rotations, you may have some more angles related to this terminal ray. But on this terminal ray, if you look at what you say, x coordinate is equals to 0, whereas y coordinate is equals to minus r. From there it is very clear that sin theta is equals to -1 and cos theta is equals to 0. Right? With this total picture, what I am going to tell you is, no need to memorize sin 0, sin 360, sin 720, cos 0, cos 360, cos 720, minus sin of 180, sin of 360, cos of 270, cos of 90. No need to memorize all these angles. You need to memorize, you need to identify one thing. Related to the given angle, first identify the terminal ray. What is the terminal ray? Either it is positive x or it is positive y, either it is negative x or it is negative y. And after identifying, for the horizontal line, sin is always 0. Here sin theta is 0 and here also sin theta 0. And for the horizontal line, right side cos 1, left side cos -1. For the vertical line, cos theta is always 0. And for the positive direction, sin theta is 1, and for the negative direction, sin theta is -1. This is somewhat very simple trick to memorize all these angles. Okay, you need to identify that the ray corresponds to given angle. Which is that one? Either horizontal or vertical. If it is horizontal, sin theta is 0. If it is vertical, cos theta is 0. If it is horizontal, right side cos 1, left side cos -1. If it is vertical, upside sin 1 and below sin -1. Have a look at this.